This is verse 3 of the 24th chapter, Gospel of Matthew. Jesus has just shaken the disciples as he's exiting the temple. They were trying to impress him with the magnificence of the structure, and he, of course, alarms them by saying that not one stone was going to be left upon another, which they probably construed to refer to the end of the world. That would be the common Jewish view of the time, that with the destruction of that temple would be the destruction of the world itself, and that, to some degree, of course, is inspiring the question that they put to him here. So we have kathemenu. This is from kathemi, means to sit. The word cathedral comes from that, a place of sitting on a throne, as it were. This is a present participle in a genitive absolute, so the subject is autou, and he's sitting would be the idea. Epi to orus, upon the mount, in the genitive here, ton elion, of olives. So he's sitting on the Mount of Olives, probably having now hiked out of Jerusalem and having made this little journey of roughly a half a mile to a mile. Was prepared to sit down and take a little break. He'd been climbing the Mount of Olives, and it's at that point, proseilthon autou, proseilthon, it came to him, third person plural, aorist active indicative. They came to him. Pros verbs will typically take the dative, so they came to him. Hoi mathetai. Matthew doesn't limit the number, but we learn elsewhere that these were the inner circle of disciples, not all of them apparently. But they came to him as he was sitting there. Kat idion is idiomatic for by themselves or alone, in isolation. So the disciples came by themselves in a private conversation, legontes, saying. Epa, from apon, from lego, really, to say. This is the second person singular, aorist active imperative, say or tell, amen, to us, dative of the first person pronoun, to us, pota, when, indeclinable adverb, when, tauta, these things, demonstrative pronoun, estai, this is the future of ab, I am, when will these things be? It's in the singular because neutered nouns can take the singular. Then three questions here. First one, tell us when these things will be. The second one, kai, te, and what, to semeon, and what, the sign, what will be the sign, tes, ses, the of the, possessive adjective, the of the, parousias, of your appearing, kai sunteleos, and the sunteleos would be the consummation from telos, the end or purpose, and the sun means a pulling together of all of it, the consummation, to ionos, of the age. Of course, they probably are asking more than they are aware of here. What will be the sign of your coming? They probably associate the coming with the establishment of the kingdom. Jesus, of course, has made it perfectly clear by this time that he's the Messiah. The Messiah is associated with the kingdom, and they're probably viewing this as a great transformation, which indeed it was, but it didn't take the form that they were undoubtedly expecting. So the sign of your parousia, your coming, and the consummation of the age. They probably thought of the age as the end of the world, as this is sometimes translated, but more particularly, it was the end of that age, the establishment of the kingdom. The destruction of the temple was commonly viewed as associated with the end of the world, and in some ways it was the end of that world. And so while they're asking a pertinent question, they may not have themselves appreciated the expanse, the extent to which the answer would be addressing that question. And this, of course, launches us into this remarkable treatise now that we have in chapter 24, so-called Olivet Discourse, which gives the rather distinct descriptions of the events that were going to take place in the near term, consummating within that generation with the complete revolution of God's work in this world, the end of the temple, the end of the sacrificial system, the end of all of the apparatus that was associated with the covenant established under Moses.